Okay, welcome back to our short video again. So in this video, I'm going to download the data that has been collected on the SV104. So in order to download it, I need to use the micro USB cable that's connected to the software, and I've started the Spentek Supervisor software. So at this moment, if I will go to the instrument part, on the instrument part here, actually nothing is connected. There's nothing connected to the software. Let me refresh it. Okay, failed to establish communication with remote device. So basically nothing is connected at this moment in time. So to start, let's connect this cable, micro USB cable, to the SV104. So once it's connected, it would detect it and it will turn itself on, and very shortly, the connection here would indicate yes. So I have connection. So so the thing to take note of this supervisor software is that take a look at the tab over here on the top right, on the top left hand side. So we have instrument tab, we have a data browser tab. Let me put this camera a bit closer. Put this a bit nearer. Yeah, so here we have the instrument tab on the top left hand side, and we have the data browser tab. First, in order to when we want to download the data, we'll go over to the instrument tab. That is indicated over here on the dotted lines here. SV104A, I'm connected to this particular SV104, and the serial number is 79777. Okay, what I want to do right now is to refresh. Okay, do a refresh. So today is July the 9th. So I have a couple of files here which I was trying. Let's pick up this particular file, and I click on download. So that process would have downloaded the latest file from the SV104. So the file that I've downloaded in the last download indicator on the folder on the left hand side here is L16, and this L16, the measurement date and time is July 9th, 3:14, and we ran basically is a short demonstration for 2 minutes. And of course, the summary of the information here, we have LEQ 67.3, and then we have usually the two things that is important is the duration as well as the LEQ. Right, these are the two information that is important. Now, what is being displayed here, we have L peak, we have L max, L minimum, so on and so forth, L average. To select the what you want to display, I can come over to the tab here and right click. And right click, allows me to set up to display what I want to show, in a very quick fashion. So the file has been downloaded and it is stored inside the catalog. So if I click on catalog over here, and this is the file, the L16. This is the file that is inside my catalog in my catalog folder. There are some sample files that's provided by Spentek in the original supervisor software, but the data files are all inside the catalog. So in this stage here, while we are able to see the LEQ, the duration, and other parameters, but sometimes we want to print a report for this particular study. So in order to generate a report for this particular study, I need to double click onto the data file, which is L16. And what it will do is it will create a session tab over here. Previously I created one session previously, so that was for another data file, and I'm at the data browser right now versus the instrument tab earlier on. If I go back to instrument tab, this is showing what is on the instrument itself. After I've downloaded the data file from the instrument, it would automatically go to the data browser, and inside the data browser, in the catalog folder, is where our data file is located. So Like I mentioned earlier on, I want to create a report for L16. So to create a report for L16, I double click on L16 and the report is automatically being created. So if I scroll up, I have a session header. I can double click and do a description of the project name, and then the comments, maybe worker 1. Okay, so I could key in the project name, I can key in the comments, usually I'll key in the person's name, and then we have information on start, stop, serial number, and so on and so forth. So if I want to expand this portion here, I will come over here and click on expand. Okay, and then it will open up the panel. Now on the configurator side here, there are different things that we can select, you know, what we want to see, whether we want to see a pre-calibration date, pre-calibration time, or we want to see a post-calibration date, post-calibration time. So all this can be indicated in our report if we choose to do so. So let's sort of like make it smaller so that we can see a lot more things inside here. So in the three panels, 1, 2, 3, we have a session header, instrumentation configuration, as well as a logger file. Usually what I would look at is the total result as well. Double click on total result. Again, in the total result, we have configurator. In the configurator panel, we can, let's expand the panel over here. And let's take a look at the configurator. So at the configurator side, we can take a look and we can select the parameters that we want to look at, like the LC peak, LAS max, A weighting slow response maximum, A weighting slow response minimum, LEQ, so these are the various different type of information that we can display. The device ran for duration of 2 minutes, and my LEQ is 67.3. Based on the 2 minutes, the time weighted average is 43.9 dB, but based on the projected duration of the work shift, the projected time weighted average is 67.3. So this is for 8 hours. And then we have the dosage as well as the projected dosage. Actually, both of these are the same, so I can actually turn off one of them. Projected, depending on which one that we prefer, right? But of course, they will be different if my projection time is based on 12 hours. So once we have these panels, what do we do? We can create a report preview. Click on this, create report preview, and a Word document will be generated. And inside this Word document, we will have information on test 1, worker 1, the measurement start time, measurement stop time, how much time has passed, and then we have the model, serial number, the integration time, so on and so forth. And this is a logger results based on the graphical presentation. And then we have the total result, which is we have the duration of 2 minutes. The LC peak is 102. And then all the information. So this is where the report, this is how the report is generated. So once we're happy with it, we can save it or we can print it out. So let's not save it. So now if I am happy with it and I want to get rid of this session, I can come over to the tab over here on the top right hand side. On the top, right click and delete session or delete all session. Deleting session doesn't delete the data. The data is still inside the data browser. It just delete off that session that we were looking at for creating the report. So if I click on this catalog, the L16 is still there. Again, if I double click on this L16, it will create another session again. So we go through the same process for each and every one of the logger files that we have seen. Okay, I hope that is a quick overview. For more details, maybe we can create another video on how do we do more things with the software. Thank you very much for watching.